Speaking of Spanish,
City.
me and my boys, we just got back from
Colombia.
Medellin.
Boss.
Boys trip.
Yeah.
So,
Buzzard.
Colombia was lit, y'all boys.
It was lit. It was
Colombia
a
was
movie.
lit.
It was a film.
It was a movie.
Yeah.
It was like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should have hired like a solo cameraman with the whole giddy up. It'd have been like.
So Jeff, tell them about our setup. The crib, where we were staying.
Yeah, so we
your turn. You want to try to take a break from talking?
Oh, I mean, I can tell it, but
Like
I'm
his
just trying
gums
to.
hurt. He's trying to get me involved.
I'm like this, smacking my gums.
Now we stayed in Medellin. I want to say it was about 6 or 7 minutes away driving from what the Wynwood of Medellin would be. And it was gorgeous. It was amazing. And there were a lot of people. I saw a lot of diversity, if you will. Bradley, one of the people who was with us, he ran into a couple friends he know from Cali. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. That was crazy.
That's so funny.
And yeah, it was a whole experience. We had excursions lined up. We learned about the conversion rates. Like I feel like we spoke about the conversion rates between the American dollar and the pesos at least 1,000 times.
Hell, I didn't know it was pesos.
Yeah, Colombian pesos. It was like $1 equals like 4,000 pesos.
Yeah, so we will literally eat a meal. So we'll have appetizers. Everyone has at least 1 or 2 drinks. Everyone get an entree and dessert, and we'll get lemonade. and the final bill would literally be like 38 American dollars
Per person?
Total.
in total.
What?
In total.
Yeah, it was crazy.
In total, I think the most we ever spent was like $77, and that was with 5 people having 2 rounds of drinks, appetizers, entrees, and
Wait,
dessert.
I could go to Medellin.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was lit.
Yeah, it was great.
I would say, like, so you talked about the excursion. So we did. I was talking to Sakina about it, and she was like, "Oh, y'all went on land, air, and sea." So like the excursions that we did, we started off with ATVing, which was really lit, and we have some stories on that. And then we went paragliding, which is when you run off the cliff and then like someone's on your back and then you just glide.
Hell, you ran off a cliff?
Ran off a cliff.
Did y'all have that recorded?
We got footage over everything.
Y'all didn't send me anything. Y'all didn't show me anything.
We barely had any signal.
Y'all only showed me the horse thing.
Yeah, we barely had signal.
You gotta tell the horse story. But paragliding.
I did that story one more time.
You gotta tell it for the camera. And then sea, and then we went white water rafting, and that was lit.
That was an experience. Like imagine extreme canoeing.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Literally going off of mini waterfalls. Is that a good way to put it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mini waterfalls, and there's
like rocks, and you're like crashing into the rocks, and then you have to. It literally felt like we were in war.
Yeah, like we were the Navy SEALs.
Exactly. No, it's serious. Like, okay, so it was 5 of us, and then we have the guide all the way in the back. Yeah. And then he started off by telling us, here are the different commands, and if you fall out of the boat, here are instructions for how not to die. How to like lay in the water, or we had like 2 kayaks in front of us who were like safety people. Yeah. So if you fall out, like they'll help come save you, and there's all these instructions. But pretty much like he'd sit in the back and he would tell us like easy forward, so you like go easy, go easy,
slow.
And then when you get closer to waterfall, he's like forward, harder.
And we'll literally put our whole back.
Exactly, you got to put your back into it, boy. And then the way that the boat is set up, like you sit on the edge and like you tuck your feet into like the sides of the boat, so that you don't fall.
I remember when he said that because he started by saying the yellow, what we thought were seats in the middle. Like, we thought those were the seats. And he was like, these are not actually the seats. You sit, once he sat on the edge of the boat, literally all of us looked at each other like, we all gave each other the shady eyes. Like, it was, and he was like, the way to secure yourself. And you were telling us to basically wedge your foot into like a nook in the boat. Yeah. Nudge your,
a pre-designed nook, right? Or you have to.
Yeah. You weren't creating it.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to navigate this. Wow.
Yeah, so you wedge, and then like those different commands, like easy forward, and then forward, harder.
Flink left and flink right,
or like over right, over left. What was it? All in
yeah,
in the boat.
Get down.
Get down. So like, so normally you're sitting on the edge of the boat, but once he say get down, all of us have to get inside the boat, and we like tucked in, and then we have to continue kayaking while we're inside the boat. So we like in there, and we like when he say get down, we like. It literally felt like war. We have footage of it, and
Wow, that sounds so fun.
He only recorded during like the most extreme moments during the thing. So you might see some fear in people's eyes.
I want to see though. How much everything costs?
300
a head.
Yeah, 300 USD per person.
For the right water, but everything together, like
all of the excursions.
Yeah, ATV, paragliding.
Yes.
we dropping for the bachelor party.
Yeah, y'all bat.
What?
Yeah, it was a really, really rewarding experience. Like, that was a moment I was so exhausted because remember, we went ATV riding. I don't know how long we were driving on the ATV, but it was a long time.
Probably like an hour. Maybe.
Yeah, we were going up and down the mountain, obviously paragliding. So by the time we did whitewater rafting, I was bereft.
Wait, y'all did it all on the same day?
Same day.
What? Why?
Yeah, same day.
Yes.
Like, there's a part, I think it's recorded, where we just came from, he just asked us to get down, and then I think he said everyone back to their positions. I was literally just sitting in a boat like this, and Jeff was looking at me like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm tired. He's like, get up. And I literally had to like literally push myself up my foot and then slide over to the right. Like, I couldn't even get up on my own strength. Like, it was so much. And then
Oh my gosh, that's so fun.
and the whole white water rafting experience was 2.5 hours. So it's not like you were on the river for like 20 minutes and then like time to go.
Yeah.
So I think after we were on the river for maybe 45 minutes to an hour, he said, we have a break. And I was shocked because I didn't even know we had a break.
That's halftime. It was lit.
It was literally a halftime. And so I think me and David or one of us, we were sitting on a rock. And so one of the people who were in the canoe, he said, "Oh, y'all are sitting on the dinner table."
Like, they used the rock as their table.
So they brought snacks for y'all to eat?
Yeah, so he went to the woods. He got 3 big leaves, and then he put it on the big rock.
Wow.
And then they took out a watermelon. They chopped up the watermelon.
Pineapple.
Yeah, pineapple. They took out watermelon, grape juice.
That's a spicy chicken.
Yeah, some fried chicken boy.
They took out pineapple. They chopped it up. They had this, I think you know what it's
The
called.
candy bocadillo.
Bocadillo. That thing slapped. It slapped.
It was like this candy. And then they had their version of pound cake, which is called pan bimba or something like that.
Yeah.
Like
It
bimbo bread.
It bust.
It was lit.
And they had their own version of Welch's. Like, what was the juice that we had? Was it Welch's? They had this juice that came inside those cans you'll buy for $2 for $4 at Publix. That's specific. Like a Tropicana type thing. They had a drink, and then I had this huge jug of water. So that was literally the break that we didn't know we needed, but we definitely needed.
Yes.
That was lit. And then I would say big shout out to Nestor because without him,
Yes.
we would have been operating blindly in Colombia. But like, so me, Jeff, and David, we got into Colombia 2 days before everyone else did. And we stayed at a hotel that was 5 minutes away from the airport. We got an airport shuttle.
Shuttle?
And during those 2 days, we had to fight for our life. Like,
We
Why?
fighting for our lives.
like just to communicate because like
There was nobody who spoke.
no one spoke English, and like literally, like they would say something in Spanish, and like we have to catch like what they're trying to say, like catch the context. But then for us to communicate to them, like we don't know all the words either, so we have is a combination of charades, like we have to point at different things, or we have to make noises. Or
Have you know how to speak Spanish?
I thought I did, but my Spanish stat is low.
Jeff left his Spanish on the plane.
He left it in Miami. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But
Oh, Nestor. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
shout out
so
to
amazing.
Nestor. Like literally, and I text this in our group chat. Like Nestor and his dad, because we had a chance to meet his dad. It was
Oh,
really
nice.
cool. They literally made Colombia feel like home for us.
Wow.
Like that was like hands down one of the best experiences of my life, in part because of him. And obviously shout out to Bradley as well, who planned,
organized it. Yeah.
who organized everything. Like Bradley, I literally gave that man a part-time job. Because he was literally putting all the information in the group chat, but I would never check the group chat. And he had the humility to come into my personal text messages and be like, hey, Jeff, this is due. Hey, Jeff, did you hear about this? Hey, Jeff, make sure you sign
Did you hear about this?
Did you hear about it?
Like that man has extraordinary patience. So I'm appreciative of Bradley. Obviously, Nestor Jr. and Nestor Sr. Like they were amazing.
Yeah. The highlight of the trip was the last day of the trip when we rode horses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all did so much?
Yeah, we did a lot. So pretty much, shout out to Nestor again. He brought us to the town where his dad lives, and they live on like a ranch where they like maintain a stable of horses.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was probably like 8 to 10 of us out there. Each one of us were on an individual horse.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the traditions that they have there is like they have a bottle of liquor. It's called aguardiente.
Aguardiente.
It's like Everclear, like just this clear liquor that's potent. And so each one of us had an individual bottle. And the tradition is to drink as you ride the horse. Yeah. And at every intersection, you take a long swig of the aguardiente.
Yeah.
So you can only imagine, like by the time you get to the bottom of that bottle, you're not making the best decisions.
Y'all were so.
We were wobbly on the horses by the end of the night. And so Jeff has a story to tell about.
Hey.
There's her story one more time.
This is gonna be the last time you tell
I need to go to Colombia with Nestor then, man.
Yeah, he'll show you a good time.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, first riding the horses, I thought I would be scared because I'm not a big animal person, although I do believe in animal rights. I'm pandering. But I'm not a big. I'm not a big animal person. So for me to even touch, like I don't even touch animals like that. Like remember the first time they were giving us a tour of the stable, and Nestor's dad was like rubbing the horse with his whole hand, and I was like, "We could touch the horse." He's like, "Yeah, go ahead and touch it." And I literally went with one finger. I touched the horse along his face with one finger. It's like that's not something that I do. Like Bradley, every time he saw a dog, he didn't care. He literally petting the dog, rubbing on his
stray dogs.
Like I don't know, like dogs love him. He said,
I think we just love it.
yeah. So, but once I got on the horse, like I wasn't scared at all. So I'm on the horse, and they were teaching us the commands. And I was like, okay, this makes sense. Like if you want, because everything is essentially tied to the horse's mouth. So if you want the horse to go right, you just do a slight tug, and I was like, he's so soft. You literally.
We all put their hands on down.
You literally just told us that in a certain direction. You'll go in that direction. If you want the horse to go faster, you'll take your legs and you'll basically hit his stomach. You hit his stomach and then it'll take off. And if you want the horse to stop, you shouldn't pull too hard because the brakes are literally like in his mouth. So if you pull the rope, it literally pull his head back and that would cause him to stop. And some of the horses were like drooling. It was like so dangerous. It was disgusting.
How the animal's not getting hurt?
I mean, but so we were riding, and there was like Debbie said, we had to drink the aguardiente, like literally every single intersection. And at first, like it's strong, but it's also smooth. So you could drink it. It has like a sort of
like minty,
like sort of minty. Mm-hmm. So I'm not a big fan of the mint taste, but it was still like something that you could drink every 5 minutes without getting completely tired of it. So
when they first told me about it, because we took shots of it like our first night, and I was like, I don't think I could drink a whole bottle of this, but like,
you ended up drinking the whole bottle.
Yeah, like because we took 2 shots one of the first nights we were all together, and I was like, oh, when they said we had to drink a whole bottle, on a horse, I said, no way, Jose,
no way.
Next thing you know, all I see is like this was left in the bottle. When I say I didn't realize I think I was a step past tipsy. Like if I was driving, I definitely would have got pulled over by the authorities.
How'd y'all get around? Did y'all use the Uber?
Oh, around Colombia?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we saw that's still part of the horse that we need to talk about. But
she said, I heard this.
No, I wasn't changing the subject. But
it was a combination of catching Ubers, and we had private drivers as well.
Yeah, yeah. So there was a time when someone who was with us lost his phone. So we were looking for his phone, obviously in the area. But then when we realized we couldn't find it, me, David Dorian, and Nestor Sr., we just basically started to retrace our steps. And David wasn't with us at the time, but me and David, we were looking for it, and literally both of us were lit. So we were literally scanning every square inch of the ground that we were walking in. And then so we kept going, and it literally felt like 3 hours. Like, I know it wasn't 3 hours that we were looking, but we literally, because we stopped at the store, at a store, and then that was like our turning point to go back. And we were like, okay, it must be at the store because we're not seeing it anywhere. And for the life of us, we couldn't figure out like how long it would take to get to the store. Like, it literally felt like we were going from Miami to Atlanta by foot. like that's literally how it felt. It wasn't until we got to the store, I looked at Dave and I was like, "Are we lit right now?" We're like, "Are we lit? Like, why did it take us so long?" But we weren't able to find it there. And then, long story short, we're like, "All right, time to go back because it was starting to get dark." And I still wanted to have my fun because I was only able to go fast with the horse about twice. And then so we all finally met back up together. And then I just gave my horse a little kick. I gave my horse a little kick, and I was like, I was right. I thought I was a cowboy. And mind you, I'm lit right now. And then one thing I realized I did wrong, and actually Mummy told me I did this wrong. Mummy knows how to ride horses. I had no idea. So basically what I was doing wrong, what I didn't know at the time, my feet, because you know how to make it go faster, you'll kick the horse in the stomach. So my feet, while the horse is going fast, you should basically strengthen your legs around the horse. So every time the horse was running, my legs would hit it more.
Like you Woody.
So as the horse was running fast, I was literally like this. I was kicking the horse like, go, 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 go. And then literally my foot came out of the buckle. It came out. And then I literally saw myself like this. And I was falling. I thought it was so hilarious because as I was falling, I saw Lucine. That was the name of my horse. I saw Lucine banging it.
Yeah, she was gone.
And then I looked. I just see Debbie. Boom! Debbie like this. And I thought Debbie was getting the horse, and he was chasing after the horse. And I was literally on the ground laughing, thinking the horse was gonna like run and stop in like, you know, a couple feet.
That thing went on, boy.
That thing was gone. It took off. It said, finally I got this nigga off my back.
Literally by the time I stood up off the ground, there was nobody in front of me and nobody behind me.
Oh my God.
Because we were going so fast, and then we left everybody behind us. And then it literally started raining. It was like it was a movie.
Son.
It literally started raining. There was mud, and so I'm walking, and I'm like, okay. So as I'm walking, I come to an intersection, and I saw there were some locals walking by, and they had a horse. And mind you, my Spanish is not where it should be. So I'm like, okay, let me ask these locals if they saw the horse. So I was like, perdón, señor, ¿de dónde es? They're like, yeah, ¿de dónde es? Completely forgot how to say horse in Spanish. So they're talking to me as if I understand them. I'm like, I no entiendo. So they're trying to talk to me. And I'm like, okay, gracias, señores, gracias. And then they walk away. And I'm like, I have no idea what they said. And eventually I see David come back. And I'm like, there he goes. And I see him coming. And mind you, it's dark. So I'm like, wait. I'm like, I don't see Lucine with them. And he came back. I'm like, wait, David, I thought you were getting the horse. He was like, the horse ran away. And I was like, no, because I'm like, it's like, this is so embarrassing because they were renting the horse from somewhere else. And so that was...
Wait, so did y'all find the horse?
So the horse ended up riding back to its home, pretty much. Like, it knew how to get home, so it rode home.
Yeah.
So, like, while all that is happening, I'm going to tell you my side of the story as I was chasing the horse. So I think, did it start with me and you, like, racing our horses?
We were essentially racing,
Yeah, we were.
Oh my gosh, of course y'all do that.
So we were racing our horses, and I don't remember if I saw you fall off or maybe I slowed down and you took off, and then when I got up to that point, I saw you on the ground, and I kept on going up past him. But obviously, I looked, and I think I asked you if you're okay because you told me you fell off the horse.
Yeah.
And then I kept on going after the horse, but the horse. So in the past, like, if you got off the horse as it was staying still, it would stay there and it would find like grass and it would just go eat in the grass, like pretty much like putting the horse in park. Pretty much. But literally, like, if you fall off the horse and the horse doesn't drive, it's gonna keep on going just like any kind of car.
On cruise control, you just jumped out the driver's seat.
Exactly. So I could see Just horse, and it was in a full gallop, and I was like going after, and I was like, I was like going after it, And then, as just said, like it was raining, so like my feet were slipping, and then you hold on to the middle part, and that part was slipping, and then even my hands on the ropes were slipping. So I was like, I can't maintain that same pace as Jeff's horse. I couldn't catch up to it.
Yeah.
But the goal was, if and when I caught up to it, like I would just hold it by like this chain by his mouth, and then just walk back to where Jeff was, so he can get his horse back. But that horse was gone. Like it took off.
Yeah.
It took off. But thankfully, like the horse kind of knew how to get home. And even like because we walked, all of our horses walked in this trail within the town. So like, I think the horses walked that trail probably like 3 or 4 times per week. Mm-hmm. So there were times where I was leading the pack. Like for some reason, my horse always wanted to be the leader. It would always like move to the front,
pushing people out the way.
Like I even tested it. Like after we did the intersection and we took our swig, I let everyone go first, and then I was be all the way at the back. And my horse always found a way to navigate to always get to the front.
Yeah, that was a competitive horse.
I don't know why I brought that up.
You said your sad story.
At the intersection, the horse would know.
Oh yeah, exactly. So like, so because my horse always wanted to be in the front, like I would get to like a fork in the road, and I wouldn't know which way to go. Mm-hmm. And I would always look back to be like, oh, which way? Nestor Senior, like he knew the path, so he would tell us which way to go, left or right. But my horse always knew which direction to go, so it would instinctively go in the right direction.
Wow, that's so interesting.
But thank God, Jeff's horse Lucine made it back.
He was way back home.